If you experience test anxiety, you are not alone. An estimated 50% of students experience some form of test anxiety, whether it's minor, like butterflies in the stomach, or extreme, like a panic attack. While a little bit of nervousness can help you with your exam by heightening your alertness, too much can cause your performance to plummet. You may not be able to make your test anxiety go away completely, but with a little understanding of its symptoms and by practicing some mindful techniques, you can limit its effect on your performance and well-being. Let's dig a little deeper into what test anxiety actually is and what sort of symptoms can come along with it. Test anxiety is a psychological condition caused by stress. Adrenaline floods your body and gives you a fight, flight, or freeze response. As I mentioned, this heightened state can be productive, increasing your alertness and allowing your body to react quickly. Sometimes, though, too much alertness causes an opposite reaction, resulting in physical, emotional, and cognitive responses that can hinder your performance. Physical symptoms include sweating, shaking, rapid heartbeat, dry mouth, fainting, nausea, and vomiting. Emotional symptoms include increasing frustration, feelings of helplessness or hopelessness, and a lack of self-esteem and confidence. Cognitive symptoms can include restlessness, trouble concentrating, an inability to focus, and negative self-talk. Panic attacks and anxiety attacks are also common symptoms. So, where does this all come from? What causes students to get test anxiety in the first place? Test anxiety can have single or multiple causes. Fear of failure can induce stress as well as a fear of the unknown. For example, your promotion at work might be dependent on your test results, or maybe you have no idea what to expect from the test, so you become anxious about the content and whether or not you have the knowledge to succeed. Additionally, your expectations can affect your mental state before, during, and after the exam. Your reaction to test anxiety could be minor, or it could be extreme, and it may vary from test to test, depending on your experience and the perceived importance of the exam. Your test anxiety could develop a cycle where each event leads to more stress, feeding on previous occasions, making even simple tasks difficult. Not all is lost, however. You can take steps to ease your anxiety and help you feel in control and prepared on test day. Let's go over some important things to keep in mind leading up to exam day. First, prepare. Preparation is key to controlling your reaction to an exam. Instead of saving your studying for right before the exam, study as often as you can in the weeks leading up to the exam. Break the material into subjects and review the information until you're comfortable with the material. You don't have to know every piece of information like an expert, but you should feel comfortable with the depth of your comprehension and that you can use that knowledge to answer questions logically. Second, talk with your teacher about the exam. When you talk with your teacher, make sure you understand the exam's format and delivery method. For instance, what types of questions will be on the exam? Multiple choice, essay, true or false, etc. Is the exam timed? If so, how long will you have to take it? What is the delivery method? Video, computer, pen and paper? Understanding these details about the test format allows you to modify your preparation and handle the unknown factor of an exam. Third, talk to your teacher if you have any kind of learning disability. If you have a diagnosed learning disability, don't ignore it. Talking with your teacher before the exam can ensure you have the things you need to be successful. Now, let's go over some steps you can take the day before your test to make sure you're setting yourself up for success. First, eat healthily. Avoid sugary and fatty foods, and if you have a food intolerance, avoid any of those foods. Test day is stressful enough without having to add an intestinal issue. Second, stay hydrated. Your brain relies on water to function correctly, so drink plenty of it throughout the day. Third, get enough sleep. It is natural that you will be anxious before your exam, but don't let that keep you from getting enough sleep. If you're having trouble sleeping the night before your test, try relaxation techniques to help you sleep, such as taking a warm bath, listening to calming music, or making sure your room is dark and comfortable. Lastly, make sure you know the details about what test day is going to be like. Know what time the test starts and where it is located, and make sure you allow yourself enough time to get there. Know what you're required to bring, what you're not allowed to bring, and what items will be supplied for you. Understand the expectations, and your test day will run much smoother. Now, let's look at what you can do on the day of your exam to relieve some anxiety. First, arrive early. By arriving early, you allow yourself time to check in, become familiar with the facility, and settle in without being rushed. Second, take the opportunity to familiarize yourself with your testing station and make an effort to relax your mind as much as you can. Take deep breaths, talk positively to yourself. Even saying, "You can do this," repeatedly in your head can ease your nerves. Third, don't pressure yourself to be perfect. Telling yourself that you have to be perfect only adds to the stress and anxiety of your exam. Finally, here are some tips to follow during your exam. First, if you feel yourself getting anxious, take deep breaths. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Count to 4 with each breath in and to 8 on your exhalations. By controlling your breathing, you slow down your heart rate and exhibit control over your situation. Second, if you have a question, ask. It is always much better to ask a question than worry yourself with uncertainty. Third, keep an eye on your time. Work steadily through your exam, but don't get hung up on a question. If time allows, you can go back to review the questions you missed. Lastly, don't read into a question too much or second guess yourself. The test is not out to get you, and often your first response is the best one. After you have completed your exam, congratulate yourself. You finished and you did the best you could. Try not to second guess your efforts. The test is over. Do not let it live in your head as you think of everything you should have done differently. Thinking about what you could have done perpetuates the anxiety cycle. As we've discussed, test anxiety is real and it can keep you from doing well on tests. However, it is manageable with practice and effort. Confidence from studying, thinking optimistically, and relaxation techniques can help you manage your anxiety. But do not be afraid to reach out for help from a professional if your anxiety does not reduce or if it increases to an unmanageable level. Thanks for watching and happy studying.